to you, everyone, anywhere you're watching us from. My name is Princess Fadejogun Ade-Ayoola. You are all welcome to Roundtable Royale of OECS and Global Yoruba. I have a guest today. This is a man I've been looking forward to interview. You know what? I'm excited to have him. This is an idealistic man, an industrious and courageous man. I'm here to present to you my guest, Honorable Jibayo Adeyeye.
Good day, madam.
You are welcome to Roundtable Royale.
Thank you very much.
It's nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Good to see you. You know what? In the adage says that ẹnu nǹkan ló ti máa ń dùn.
Ben,
I am not able to actually put your CV down. I would love you to tell our viewers who you are. Tell us about yourself.
well, thank you very much. I am Jibayo Adeyeye. I'm a native of Ondo Kingdom.
Okay.
I was born over 50 years ago.
Wow.
I studied medicine. I graduated as a medical doctor 31 years ago. I also studied law, and I was recently called to the Nigerian bar.
Congratulations.
So thank you. So I am a doctor and I'm a lawyer, and I have been a politician since 1998. I was Majority Leader, Lagos State House of Assembly. I was the Special Advisor to the Governor of Ondo State on Health. I acted as Commissioner for Health sometimes, and presently I'm Special Advisor to the Governor on Strategy, Political and Legislative. And by occupation, I am a farmer.
Oh. I don't know where to start from. Wow. What is it? Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You know why I said so? Because over the longs of your time in on this earth, you have used every period to assess so many things. And I have to say congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
So as a medical doctor, why did you go into law?
Well, when I was practicing medicine, which I practiced very actively for 20 years, I only stopped practicing medicine in 2012. I realized one of the things that was missing in our society was my colleagues got away with anything and anything and everything, because there were not enough, or maybe there are even none at all, lawyers that were knowledgeable enough about medicine. So it's always very difficult to prosecute and win a doctor. So when I left the Lagos State House of Assembly, I went back to University of Lagos. I wanted to go into medical jurisprudence. I wanted to be on the side of patients. And maybe when people have issues in hospitals, they come to me
advocate.
and I can be their counsel, because I know if a doctor does something wrong, I will tell you he did what is wrong. So I went back to the University of Lagos to study law, and to the glory of God, the period in which I was out of office was sufficient enough for me to end my law degree at the University of Lagos. Fortunately again for me, the period between my first appointment as special advisor on health and the new appointment was also sufficient to go to law school and back. So, but I don't know whether what I set out to do that made me to study law,
Yes.
I will still have time to practice
to actually
it.
practice.
But, well, now I'm a doctor and I'm a lawyer.
Fantastic. Oh my God. That is a big one, to say the real fact. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Right. With that, really, like I said, where do I start? I want to resist. I know you said something about politics. Yeah, I just want to try to resist asking a lot of questions about that. Why did you go into the politics anyway? Just a little bit of it.
Well, it's a long story, but I'll make it short. I was a community doctor in Ikosi. I owned a hospital, and I was the general practitioner. I was involved in everything in the community. Then we had a transformer in Ikosi. They will shed us, give us 1 week light off, another week on. So when politics was starting in 1998, I actually thought by being the local government chairman, I can put transformers everywhere. So I said, these people, they don't know what they're doing. So I decided to join politics.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I ran the election at that time. I did not win. I wanted to contest as local government chairman in Koshove,
Yes.
but I didn't win. And I only won election in 2007 to the Lagos State House of Assembly.
Not bad.
And till today, I think, anyway, I managed to give 2 transformers in my tenure as a member of the House of Assembly, but I know till today electricity is still a problem there.
Oh my God. But at least at your time, something was
Well,
done.
I did my best.
You achieved your goal in that place. Well done, sir. Right. Like I said, you have a resort. From, being a doctor to a lawyer and into politics, then now a resort. That's a big thing, right? To going from one thing to another like that. So I just want to talk about Nibanola. Can you tell me, that name itself, what is Nibanola?
Very good. Nibanola is a popular oriki in Ondo Kingdom. And literally, Nibanola will mean that if you have a good father, you have wealth.
Ooh, wow.
And if you have a father who cares about your well-being, who is there when you need him, who cares to mentor you, then you have wealth. So the average Ondo man, we will salute him, le Nibanola. So when I was thinking of a name for my resort, that came to mind because my father was a father in the true sense of it. He supported me every inch of my steps in life. He gave me all the support, gave me all the wherewithal to thrive in life. So that name, Nibanola, applies to me in all its ramifications. So that is, in brief, the meaning of Nibanola. It is who we are. It is how we are known in Ondo Kingdom.
Thank you very much, sir. I know your dad, and I have met him many times. Yes, I met him many times. And when we look at soccer in Ondo, definitely, none of us will say we don't know him.
Thank you.
So I really, I'm so, when you remind, when you're talking about him and you remember him, with that particular Nibanola, he will always be in your heart. So that's awesome. Thank you very much for letting us know that. Can you tell us the things that we can find in that Nibanola estate?
Maybe I will digress a little bit. I will go back to inception in trying to tell you how those things came about. Yeah. I will pay tribute to Baba Lisa Bayo Akinola. He was a great man. He was a great farmer. He very sharp shooter too. He had a farm at Ekimogun, and he celebrated his birthday there every 1st of August. And I was very close to him. He was my friend, even though an elderly man. And one of the days we went to his farm, I told him I wanted to farm, and he was excited about it. So he brought me to the location, and he asked whether I liked the land. I said, yes, this is a very good location. So he sold to me the very first 100 acres of land in the place. We're on about 500 now acres, but he sold the first 100 acres. So
in that same place?
Yes. So I started cassava farming and maize farming, but I didn't do that for long before I got an advisor. Look, why don't you have a poultry alongside? So we built the first poultry, and today we have a built-up capacity to hold about 70,000 birds for layers, poultry layers. So we have on site about maybe 55,000 birds laying.
Wow.
And on the average, we produce over 1,000 crates of eggs every day. That's on the poultry side. We also have a piggery. The piggery can hold about 500 big adult pigs. We have a palm tree plantation, so we make oil.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we make oil in that location. We make palm oil. We have cattle. We have a cattle ranch where we have cattle, and our cattle are confined to our premises because we have space for them to graze. So they don't. Many people don't get to see our cows. That's on the farm side. On the farm side too, of course, we have our feed mill because we make the feed for the birds on site.
Fantastic.
We have our feed mill.
Wow.
Yeah. Now we constructed 7 dams, artificial dams,
In there?
artificial lakes. Yes.
Wow. That's amazing.
One of the lakes is a recreational lake. We're going to put kayaking, we're going to have jet skis, we're going to have
Wow.
canoes. So we propose to even have a canoe club.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
where people can enjoy
Wow.
some water sports. The other 6 dams are fishing dams. We have fish ponds where we raise small fishes, and after a month or so, we put them into the dam. So the other 6 dams are fishing dams. Now, that fortunately is in between the farm and the resort. Now, on the resort side,
Yes.
we have the golf course. We started out to have a 9-hole golf course, which we are playing now anyway. My friends, family,
Yes.
where they come, they play, they enjoy their golf. But we have expanded the 9 holes to 18 holes golf course. And we are even about now making our greens international standard. Yes, so the greens are being expanded and made better shape, better attractions. We have lawn tennis courts
Oh my God.
that is also on site.
On site.
We have a basketball court. We have a bush bar. The bush bar actually was a kola nut farm, but we decided to preserve all the kola nuts, and we are making underneath of the kola nut. You know, the kola nut naturally, if you go under kola nut trees, it's very cool.
Oh really?
Even when it's extreme sun, if you go into a kola nut farm, it's very cool. So we have decided to make the kola nut farm a bush bar, so people can go there and enjoy themselves. We also have an amusement park for children, so you could be playing golf or playing lawn tennis, and your children can enjoy the amusement park. We on site too, as a way of creating jobs, we decided, if you look into our environment in Ondo now, most of the water we drink, most of the bottled water we drink, 95% is imported from Lagos.
Oh really?
Yes.
Wow.
But in 3 weeks or thereabout, we just got NAFDAC certification last week. We will be making water in that location. We are doing
Wow.
bottled water, and we put the best machine that will do reverse osmosis on site. And we have 2 lines. We are going to be making water within the factory will open up in less than a month.
Fantastic.
About now they are producing bottles, because we are doing it de novo, produce the bottle and produce the water right on that site too. The fishery aspect of our work there is something we intend to also carry further than just breeding fishes and selling. We intend to do like an end-to-end thing, produce the fish, also process it, package it, and maybe even export if we have enough, because we have the capacity to do so many things, even produce crayfish, because we have
Oh wow.
natural dam, so we can produce anything aquatic there. So in a nutshell, those are the things you'll find on site now. But a very important one, we also have a piece of land that we have earmarked for a golf view estate, which we intend to give to people in diaspora or maybe holiday makers in Nigeria. We'll give you or sell to you a plot of land or 2, and you build to our specification. The advantage of this is that many people in Ondo, they come in, they buy land, they build house, they lock it up, and they're living in London, living in America. Now, if you build in our facility, while you are away, we can also rent your house out to holiday makers.
Yeah.
So
Airbnb.
you'll be making money. You won't just lock your house and go away. So you'll be making money while you're abroad,
What a beautiful-
and you still own the house.
what a
So
beautiful project.
we have that also coming up.
The old ground is full, and you are
Yeah.
still going.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's amazing! Congratulations.
thank you.
Oh my God, I know that yes, definitely, this project will have evolved. It's evolved from somewhere and it's going somewhere. It's just like this and that, and I'm so grateful, sir, for telling us everything at this moment. But I know you've not finished yet, right? What are the challenges, the possible challenges? Because you cannot be on this journey for the past years without any challenges. What are the challenges that you have faced and that you are still facing, most especially in this
Well,
area of the world?
The most important challenge that we have, unfortunately, is personnel. Unfortunately, lack of people to work. It's very common for us in this part of the world will say there are no jobs. There are no jobs. But I think I've experienced the other side of it. There are jobs. There are no people to do it. And it is unfortunate. In the last 1 year, I can say for a fact that there is no day that we don't employ on daily basis casual workers, at least 50 people every day. And they earn between 2,005 and 3,005. The unskilled ones earn about 2,005, and the skilled ones sometimes earn as much as even 4,000 a day. But you will be surprised. A lot of times we'll be looking for people to work. But yet, the paradox is to say that there's no job. We find a lot of our youth say they have nothing to do, but I think the reality is that we really don't have people that want to work. In this part of the world, I give you an instance. We built our pens, our poultry pens, they are high-rise, meaning that the poultry litters drop on the floor and they dry up.
Yes.
We pack it and use it as manure after. Hausas, they come from the north. They buy the litters from us. I mean, when we sell the beds, they come and buy the litters. They pack the litters by themselves. They bag it. And we sometimes charge as much as 1,500 a bag to sell the litters. Sometimes we sell up to so many, sometimes maybe 50,000 or so. We sell 1,500 per bag. They take this litter, transport it in trailers to the north. They plant tomato, plant pepper, and they also transport it back to us and sell to us. Transport it to the desert where they barely get little or no rain. In Ondo here, if you go to these people that are grinding pepper, you will see tomato growing near their grinding machine.
Yes.
If it just falls on the floor,
yes,
nobody is doing anything, it will start to grow. And yet, we don't have enough here. We still depend on them to eat tomato. It's
just the mindset, right?
It's just something I cannot understand.
Yeah.
In this community, there is no house that does not have a backyard. That is at least maybe half plot or something, just wasting away. So if you just cultivate small area there, you will at least feed your own family now. So this issue of personnel is a big problem, is a big challenge, and I tell everyone we need to speak to our youth to change their mindset. Change their mindset. We do these things, we will have a better society.
Thank you very much, Honorable Jibayo. I think on that particular note, I need to say something about it. You know, the first person that is telling me that, even while we're over there, these are the things we hear. Coming over here, that's what we hear. I have a brother at this moment doing a construction. He came from America doing a construction over here. And he brings people from Lagos to come and do all this work over here. Then I said, this is not right. I know what he told me. Then there's somebody else as well that built a house. So when we were talking, he said, during the period I was building this house, I bring my people from Ibadan. I said, why? What happens to the young guys? He said, hey, you see, they go to, on Monday they'll be at work. On Tuesday they'll be there. On Wednesday they'll be there. On Thursday, they go for funeral. On Friday, on Friday, Thursday and Friday, they go for funerals, right? On Saturday, they are at the wedding. Sunday, church. Monday, they are back to you. So their rota is only for 3 days. So how do they want to be successful? And how do you want you, businessman, that has actually employed them? You that you have your rota, you have your task, you have your period, targeted period of finishing a particular project. This is very, very heartbreaking. And it's very, very heartbreaking to us that we believe that we have things to offer to those youths. So you're not just the first person telling me that. I've interviewed so many people and I've heard about it. Yes, how we can actually change their mindset is what we have to start looking at. Because they are our greater tomorrow. I just believe that we will not give up on them.
No, we cannot. We can't.
You know, that's exactly what it is. So, this particular challenge that you have, we have looked at the youths, the workers and everything. So how are you overcoming it? How are you getting the 50 laborers every day?
I do have a sizable number of workers, unfortunately again from the north, and
They are workers.
yes,
They stay with you.
because they want to earn the 2,500
Every
naira
day.
or so every day. They find a place to live close by, and
So they stay in
they
your
are
resort
around.
there.
They know even in Igbado, they are in the community. They try to stay there, and they show up every day to come and work. And when you now see them, this one is very hardworking. You offer him a permanent job. Look, why am I paying you 2,500 every day if I can pay you 30,000 naira a month and get you to still do the same? So somehow the contractors that will give jobs, they go as far as sometimes go to the hinterland to go and find people
To bring
from,
into Ondo.
yes, they bring they call them, I don't know what they call them now, Calabar. They have Calabar. They have people from Jos to come and work and all that.
Yeah, I think
But
I've heard about the
it's
Calabar
not
guys.
it's not something pleasant to me. And when you create an industry in
such a
Ondo,
big
I
thing.
like to see that it's Ondos that are working there.
Yeah, that's what we all.
And I mean, of my permanent staff, maybe only about 30% or so are Ondos. The rest are not from here. Although they are Nigerians,
Yeah.
but I mean, we really need to change the mindset around here. Everybody wants to travel abroad. So it's all about trying to look for visa or trying to get a passport, but I'm sure all of us cannot be in the UK like you.
All of us cannot be in the UK, but if even though you go over to the UK, we know what we face over there.
Yeah.
The liberation, the freedom you have here, you don't have it. And all these party today, party tomorrow, they can't get it. Because no establishment will employ you and allows you to even be on the phone anyhow. That's just one thing. Apart from that, you're not at work today, you're not at work tomorrow. You don't clock in, you don't earn. That's what it is. So I hope the mindset of these youths will be changed. Going abroad is just nothing these days. You can do things yourself in this country.
I think so.
Yeah. So what's worked in your favor at the end of it?
I will say local knowledge, the knowledge of the community, the knowledge of the environment work greatly in my favor. I grew up here,
Okay.
and I only went to University of Lagos when I was 16 to go and start schooling. So I mean, I know Ondo Kingdom very well, and I know the establishments, I know the structures.
Okay.
So that helped a lot. If you talk about land, and you mention somebody, I probably will know somebody that knows the person, and because I bought land from so many people, I'm sure I bought land from well over 25 people at different times. Because when you have boundary with us and you offer to sell, we are willing to buy. Even now, if you share a boundary with us and you want to sell, we buy. So our boundary keeps expanding. So local knowledge and understanding of the society,
So
I mean,
that really
work
works.
greatly in my favor.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I'm so glad that you mentioned the land, because that's actually my next question to you.
Yeah.
There's this campaign that you have all over there about land grabbing.
Yeah.
And I said, what brought that back? What happened? What's the root of that problem of the land grabbing?
It's a sign of a prosperous society. If you remember, this was a problem in Lagos. They will say, wọ́n ta lẹ̀ kan fẹ́ni mẹ́wàá, jìbìtì ọmọ nílẹ̀ and others in Lagos. But fortunately, as a member of the Lagos State House of Assembly, that was one of the problems we solved. We had a bill that now a law that prohibits any form of magomago or 419, as you call it, around land. If you are caught, you could be in for as much as 21 years. So that problem has largely been solved in Lagos. Nobody tries it. And I think Ogun copied that law from us. We need that law in Ondo, and I am already taking steps to get that law in place. It's a sign of a prosperous society. I mean, if the land is not useful, nobody is going to go and be grabbing it. But I have even been a victim,
Oh,
yes.
Even you?
No, yes, because I mean, I'm the heir to my father.
Okay.
And somebody comes and says he owns Soka petrol station at Adeyeye, where my father has been in occupation for well over 40 years.
Yes.
Even has a CFO of the place. The case is still in court. He said that his father died and he did not write there that. I said, how? So it's a campaign here, and let me pay some tribute to Honorable Akinlaja too. I mean, he has championed that cause, and I supported him. And I mean, I won't claim I'm the one that he started that struggle, but something I very much believe in. So I supported his campaign. We need to sustain the campaign because we discourage people from coming to invest here. So
yeah, a very, very good point, sir.
Yeah.
When you talk about buying lands in here, I know what it has taken, because when you say, okay, you want a particular land, you have to really do your due diligence properly. And I'm glad that you are now on that campaign, which we can come to you and say, can you please verify this particular land? I have access to a lot of our youths, when I say youths, in their 30s going to 40s, abroad, that they really want to buy the lands. We have actually ventured into one. Thank God that somebody said, we need to find out very, very well. I will have actually launched them into something that was not legitimate. And that will be so sad. So I'm glad that you are one of the people that we can actually come to as well.
No,
And as
I'm
people are
not
hearing
one
you-
of the people you can come to verify land, but definitely there are structures in the state that can help you out
Yes.
to do that. There's a Ministry of Lands and Infrastructure, and I know they do land search.
Yes, they
So
do. Yes,
yeah,
they do.
if you want to buy land anywhere in Ondo State, not just Ondo Kingdom, you can take the documents to the Ministry of Lands and Infrastructure. They will do the search. They will tell you who owns the land,
In Akure,
so that
yes.
so that you don't buy from the wrong people. And there are steps to acquisition of land. You don't jump it. Somebody don't just come and tell you they want to sell this land. You say, is that true? Now you part with your money. There are process, and if you engage the professionals, if you engage lawyers, they will go through the process, and you will likely not have problems with land grabbing.
So yeah, that's a big thing for us, because for everybody hearing you all over the world, this will be in their mind that okay, there are process to it, but if there's even any issues, we can still contact you.
Oh yes, no. I mean, my friends do. People close to me always will come and ask such questions. But I'm saying that I'm not just the prescribed authority to do that for you.
And you said, sir, that you live in Ondo. You are here and there in Ondo because of your pedigree. Yes, some people will say, he can do whatever he likes. Is it not Omosoka? Right?
Yeah, but you can't do whatever you like because you're more anybody. You just have to do the right things.
I know you've said a lot about your dad, and what role has your pedigree play, really?
Yes, my pedigree plays a lot of role because
Adeyeye name.
my father has he has a lot of goodwill,
Yes.
and I have rode on that for so many things. He has a lot of goodwill. In fact, it's one of the Ondos that he didn't have any other address from the day he was born to the day he died. He died at 75.
Oh.
He lived in Ondo all through his life. All the money, all the work, everything he did here. So it's difficult to find anybody like that never went to Lagos, never went to Akure. He only lived in Ondo throughout his life. And so I'm not surprised that even 10 years after he has died, people still remember him and remember him very well. Because, I mean, he lived in this society throughout.
There's something that they say. When they said, I just remember that now, they said, when you have money and you don't have brain, right? At the end of it, what happens to that money?
It will fly away.
But you have that money from him, and you have the brain. That makes the success of Nibanola.
Thank you.
We'll be going on short break. We'll be back. So our viewers will be going on short break, and we'll be back to you. Don't turn it off. See you in a minute. Thank you.
Èdùmàrè sọ̀rọ̀ mi dayọ̀, mo dúpẹ́. Èdùmàrè sọ̀rọ̀ mi dayọ̀, mo wá ṣọpẹ́.
We welcome you back, all our viewers. We're still here with our guest, Honorable Jibayo Adeyeye. Thank you very much for being with us. Honorable, for what we were talking about, Nibanola, I'm so grateful to know a lot about the result, what you have at the moment and what is coming up. There's one question I would like to ask you. What is one thing that you took after your dad and your mom?
I don't know. maybe others that knew him and now know me
Yes.
may be able to say this is what you took after him. But one great lesson that I learned from him and that have been my watchword has been contentment.
Oh.
Yes, my father was a very contented person, and to a large extent, I think I am too, and I tend to be satisfied with what God has done for me, and I'm satisfied with what I'm able to achieve. I'm happy to have somebody else that is doing even greater things that I'm doing. I'm not. I will be happy to rejoice with you. So I think the most important thing I think I have learned from my dad is the fact that he was a highly contented man.
That's fantastic. And what about your mom?
My mom was
What
a
have you
teacher,
learned? Okay.
and
Okay.
my mom instilled discipline in us.
Wow.
My mom instilled the sense of time. My mom died quite early. She died at 60. And I'm sure all my brothers will agree with me that she was a disciplinarian. My mom will force you to siesta.
That's a teacher.
Yes, and
Tell me.
either you want to sleep or you don't want to sleep, you will have to be on your bed from 2 to 4. And you will wake up to have the afternoon lesson, even when we're on holidays. So I think discipline is what I think would be the right thing to say I got from my mom.
Fantastic. Thank you. Now, I would like to ask you this. Have you ever thought about it? You know, maybe you look at all your projects and you say, what the heck am I doing? Like, what the heck am I doing on these projects that I'm embarking on? Have you ever thought about it? That why am I not trading? Why am I not buying all those houses in Dubai that everybody's always saying? Have you ever thought about all those things at all instead of
Yes.
your projects? Oh, I'm glad you
No doubt about it.
That's great.
You do think about other things, but you see, most of these things, to the glory of God, I did them very early, and to the glory of God, is no longer an aspiration for me to want to buy a house in London or buy in America. To the glory of God, that got achieved so early in life. And right now, what is driving me is to leave a legacy that will outlive me and outlive my children. That's my drive at the moment. And that makes me not to think so much of acquiring more things other places. I'm concentrating on leaving a legacy behind. My father in his own little way left a legacy behind. I never knew you will even know my father and say he's Soka.
Very, very
And
well.
I mean, that's a legacy.
Very well.
I want to leave a legacy behind. I want that location to be known as Nibanola motherland, and it was propagated by Jibayo Adeyeye. So that alone is what exactly is my driving force right now. So leaving a legacy behind that we outlive any generation of people, that will keep employing people, getting bigger by the day, is what my watchword is right now.
There's one question that just crossed my mind about that project. When you are not around, how is the place run?
Well, It's a very good question. The place runs without me completely. The only thing I think I come there to do is to give directions so that they don't veer away from my vision. But as per the day-to-day running of that establishment, the guys there are the ones running the place. I only look at the books and I know how much profit they made on the farm. As to how eggs are produced or how the birds are fed or how they make their feed, I know nothing about it. I give all the kudos to the guys working there. It cannot be me. I mean, I go on holidays and the birds are still fed and the production never went down. So some people are behind that.
Some people are behind that. And to go back to the youths in Ondo, would the 30% be part of the people that are actually running it when you're not there?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much. The 30% that I said were on those are more even in my management staff
Okay.
than the laborers. So they are definitely.
I'm glad that you
Yeah.
can sleep.
Yeah. In fact, the official language
That's
of
good.
communication is Ondo language on my farm.
Oh, really?
To my GM is Ondo I speak. To my
Oh.
managers I speak Ondo to them. So
Oh, wow.
so
Oh,
so
that's amazing.
yeah.
So basically, there's no reason, right, for other relatively well-endowed Ondo sons. Well, I wouldn't want to use Ondo really. Let's say even in Yoruba land. So the sons and daughters, of this particular part of the world, nothing at all should not let them be able to come and invest in communities.
No, not at all. Nothing should make you afraid. I mean, Ile Baba Omo Bomoleru. There's
I
no
like
reason
that.
why
I like that.
you be afraid of your people. I mean, I live in this society.
You said
I
so.
have lived
You said so.
in Lagos all my adult life.
Yeah.
But now, I cannot live in Lagos. I'm on air. I'm comfortable, I'm happy living in Ondo. And the people are awesome. I mean, you can't imagine the kind of peace you have when you come here as compared to when you are in Lagos. I encourage people, look, don't waste your time anywhere else. Here is home.
So the people abroad, in
Yeah.
diaspora.
You should come back here. Here is home. Come back here. All those dreams you had as a young person that want to come home and play Ayo and play draft, sustain it, make it happen, and you find out that you are actually enjoying yourself better.
Because Ondo has changed. That wasn't what they left before.
Ondo has changed and Ondo has. I mean, I told you, we produce 1,000 crates of eggs every day,
You said so.
and it is sold here.
Hmm.
It's sold here.
Wow. In Ondo.
But
City,
that's
or
just
in Ondo
30,000
State.
pieces
Really?
of eggs. And Ondo is 600,000 people.
Wow.
So we have not even
You
scratched.
do not start the percentage.
We've not started.
Wow. Wow. I know we've mentioned a lot of things about Nibanola. At a glance, when we want to look at it, how many sections would you think there
I've not tried to count, but I know we have the poultry, we have the piggery, we have our cattle ranch, we have the feed mill, we have the resort, we have the palm tree plantation, we make oil, and now we are adding manufacturing of water, bottled water. So I don't know how many, but we have many sections.
Oh, fantastic. So as each of those ones, that apart from the poultry section, which I believe now that is fine, what is the stage of the development of some of the things that are not completed yet, if I put it that way? I know the result, you're still working on the result, right?
Well, we have faced it, and I can tell you in 50 years, we will not finish building. we won't finish building even in 50 years. So what we've done is we phased the project. What I will call outdoor or people that come and use the resort and go. Maybe just come for picnic,
Yes.
play their games and go.
Just go.
For that, we are ready and we are likely to open it to the public latest by October.
By October, guys. That's good.
The second phase of the project will be to accommodate people on the resort. In the clubhouse,
I can't wait for that.
we are starting with just 10 suites. And those 10 suites, you will be able to occupy them from December. And going forward, we've started a 64-room hotel, which is just at the foundation stage. We've ended the foundation. The foundation was quite deep because it's a high rise. It's 4 floors. And that we're expecting will be completed in maybe 2 years or 2.5 years. But for the golf course is ready for playing.
Okay.
The lawn tennis is ready for playing. The basketball court is ready for playing.
So we can do pivot shooting.
Oh yes.
I love that.
The amusement park is available for children and is ready. So that's why I said we are facing the project, and so that's what I can say. But to put percentage, I might not be able to say that, but I can tell you what our targets are. The first is in October.
Yes.
Next,
In
December. So,
And go ahead.
Yeah.
So gradually we get there.
Yeah.
And it's not going to finish.
It's not going to finish. So,
That's
I mean,
amazing.
we've done 580 steps to the top of our mountain. That also is available already.
Please, can you
They're
talk
climbing.
about this? Please, because this mountain, can you talk about that for us, please? Let our viewers know how many steps. Because when I heard of it, I was like,
580, just short of what you have in Idonre. Idonre is probably 620 or 630, I can't remember. Some villagers do go up there to go and pray. And they go through the natural route.
okay.
I was there maybe about 5 years ago. I went through the natural route of trying to get to the top of the mountain. And on that day, I decided I'm going to make steps to the top of this mountain. And I did. So
How did you get
I've
that
done
done?
that.
Because when I heard
Anyway,
of
it
that,
is
I was
done.
like, eh?
it is done and people are climbing it.
How did you do it?
I've done it. People are climbing
That's
it. And I'm going to
amazing.
put a pool on top of the mountain. Because while constructing the steps, we also piped water through the staircase, piped light. So we are going to put a pool right on top of the mountain.
Really?
So you'll be able to go to the top of the mountain and actually have a swimming pool there. So it will
After
be
you sweat it.
yes,
From
it will be
sweat.
the first swimming pool on top of a mountain.
Oh my God. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see everything, at least to some extent.
Thank you.
Now, what is the contribution of each of these to socio-economic, right? Developing, with the development of this particular community.
Well, you see, like one of my friends, the commissioner for tourism, said yesterday or 2 days ago, tourism is the next oil in Nigeria.
Yes.
And when you attract people to a community, it does a lot of things. Houses, hotels will sell. Market women will sell. Restaurants will sell. Those selling souvenirs, they will sell.
Yes.
You imagine something as simple as Pastor Kumuyi coming to town just a few days ago. I think they're even still at the
Oh, they're still
revival.
here. Yeah, they're still there.
Imagine the number of people that visited Ondo Grammar School. Just visit there one evening and count how many people selling. Imagine how much money
brought into Ondo
it will
City.
drive into Ondo City.
Yeah.
That is the power of tourism. So when you make when you make an environment what an experience, people will want to come and spend there. When they spend the money, it's not just for that establishment. Some people work there, they're going to get paid.
It's for the series.
You're going to wash their bed sheets that they are going to sleep. Somebody is going to do it.
Yes.
Somebody is going to sell the soap you use to bath. Somebody is going to sell the pepper and or onions they're going to use to cook their food. You can go, it's endless. The value chain is unbelievable, or the value chain in tourism. So I'm really looking forward to driving that in this community.
This community.
Yes. It's a project, and Uncle Wanle Akimoboye La Campagne is interested in this project. I mean, I'm happy. Yes, I'm happy to work with him too. He's
Fantastic.
trying to do Destination Ondo.
Ondo, yes.
Exactly. So it's something that I'm looking forward to.
Fantastic. So is there a deliberate investment decision that informed each of these business activities?
You see, unfortunately, no. One activity led to the other. And I don't even know. It's not as if I had a mind of promoting agro-tourism from inception. If I never thought we were going to go into tourism or go into hospitality from inception. But one activity led to the other. We started farming maize. We went into poultry. Then we suddenly found out, we still had some land left. We planted maize there. It did not do well. I said, okay, let's make this place playing ground so that people don't encroach on our land.
Yes.
So we tried to do a 5-a-side football. The place is still flat, and now they are using it for picnics. We left that. I started playing golf. Then I said, okay, I can do a 4-hole golf course here and use it to enjoy myself.
And it's now 18.
We expanded the 4 to 9, 9 now to 18.
Oh, this. That's beautiful.
We bought.
Because I saw your cat.
Yes,
I saw the cat
yes.
there.
We have golf carts.
Yeah.
I bought some land. A stream was flowing in between the land, and somebody came and said, we can actually dam this and make it a big pool of water. I said, you sure? He said, yes. We started it. We realized that one worked. The first dam worked. We did 6 others.
Oh my
gosh. Things keep evolving, not just because they were planned. And I imagine too that even when we start, there are still things that we will be forced to go and do. Maybe from that demand we create new ventures.
That's amazing. I know we've spoken about the youths, right? So what will be your definition of empowerment for them, really? Maybe if they hear now, that will be an encouragement, a change of mind, and a mindset.
I'm happy you mentioned that in this interview. And I hope maybe some of us are politicians will learn from this. The true empowerment to our youth is job creation. There is no empowerment in calling people together and giving them 20,000 naira or giving out envelopes and say, I'm doing empowerment, or even buying a sewing machine, or, the true empowerment is in job creation. If you truly want to empower the youth, you should create jobs. You should ensure that the things that is happening in the community is produced by the community. It's not in handouts, giving out money. And we are guilty, politicians are guilty of this. But I think the society should start resisting us. And no, don't give us money. Go and create jobs where we'll get employed and get paid every month. I mean, if somebody is getting paid 40, 50,000 naira a month and is sure he will get that, he can go to the bank and access a 1 million naira loan. The bank will give him a loan knowing that he is employed, he will pay 50,000 a month. He can be paying us 20,000 naira back every month out of his 50,000 naira.
And manage the 30,000.
And manage the 30,000 naira and use the 1 million naira to do something great. And that's the principle in every country of the world. The countries are built on credit.
Oh, yes.
Everybody there owns a credit card. So
that's what it is. Other people's
we
money
need
is
to
called.
depart from handouts.
Yeah.
Handouts as in, I'm helping him. I gave him 50,000 naira. He will waste the money. But if he is empowered to work by himself, he will not waste his sweat.
I think you have really said it right, sir. I think every now and then we heard that the ladies in the evenings, they just put on their clothes and they are just all over the streets out there. You mentioned the machine, you know, people giving them the machine as well. I've learned that they even go and sell it.
Exactly. In fact,
And they
won't
will come
leave.
back to you again next year.
They won't leave the spot where it was distributed before they find buyers for it. So you find out that.
So they are back to square one.
Yes. The true empowerment is in creating jobs and changing the mindset of our people and making them know that, look, there is dignity in labor.
If you don't work, you don't eat. So I think I want to say it as well as a politician, because you always be one. Maybe you should please talk to the guys that are politicians as well. Please let us create a job for these guys and not handovers.
I do a lot of that. A lot of people don't like me for it.
Because they are our
But-
tomorrow. They are the ones to build
but
whatever we
I
are
will
creating
not.
today.
I won't stop talking about it because I know it is a problem. It's a disaster waiting to happen. If you keep a brilliant, energetic, young set of people, all you are doing for them is to give them handouts. I mean, you are destroying their very basic psyche. You are not making them to think productively. They will clap for you immediately, but the reality is that you are helping to destroy them.
Destroy their lives.
Yeah.
Because after that, they'll be looking for something
They
else.
will look for the next person that will bring the next handout.
And that causes a lot of problems where they cannot sustain themselves for life. You know, that's it. Okay, well, I would like to ask about something in your resort. The chicken versus cow. I know you mentioned that you have the castle
Yeah.
ranch. Now, what is your take in the debate that we should eat less beef and eat more chicken so that we can keep that money in our own community?
You see,
Where do you stand?
it's just
In that sense.
no. You see, I'm not. I won't stand. I don't stand. I mean, if you like to eat chicken, eat chicken. If you want to eat beef.
Right.
But where that came from is the issue of what is in our mindset that Shebi is Fulanis that are taking care of cows.
Yes.
But my experience has shown that cows are actually mammals, and cows know those that feed them.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Cows do not know tribes, so they are not interested in whether you are Fulani or Yoruba or Hausa, or whether you are even a man or a woman. They are interested in who led them to being fed, and that's the person they know. Don't make a mistake about it. They know those that are taking them around. Just like dogs. Dogs know their They know those that feed them, their mammals. So what we should actually be preaching is getting our people, look, if you want to keep cows, you don't need Fulani to keep cow. You can keep cow by yourself. As long as you feed the cows will know you. In fact, I was going to go into a project, but I've not had the time. I want to use Ondo women to look after cows and showcase it to the world that this is possible, so that you don't need any Fulani man to go and look after a cow. The cow knows those that look after them. There are no Fulani in England. There are no Fulani in America.
At all.
And they're eating beef. So I don't know. I don't know why
it's beef.
it's the problem. So I think that's just my explanation.
I really like that,
Yeah.
and I like the women that will be.
Yes.
That's interesting. There's another question that came from the public over here, and it says that you are yet to fill the entire value chain, right? Yes, you have poultry and feed mill. Is there any room for collaboration with other economic players?
I will. You mentioned value chain, and that's one of the strongest points in our farm and in what we do. I mentioned to you that we make our own feed
Yes, you did.
to feed our birds.
Yes.
Now, from the feed, we can actually be planting maize,
Yes.
because we use an average of 4 to 5 tons of maize per day. I don't know whether you can imagine how big that is. That will fill a diner, a Toyota diner, the small one, per day. We can actually start planting maize. Going from that to the birds eat, they produce eggs. They produce eggs, they also produce litter.
Yeah.
The litter I mentioned earlier on, we sell to those that want to go and plant tomato.
Enough.
By the way, I told you how they buy litter from us and buy tomato.
And bring tomatoes.
We have also set an example. We've started a tomato farm.
Oh, good.
Yes, you will see that when you come to. So we don't want to sell our litters to them. We want to use the litter by ourselves
Exactly.
to plant tomato. And we have a lot of dead birds, maybe 10, 15 per day.
You said so.
The birds, we feed it to fishes. We feed the birds to fishes, to big fishes. But you can also keep the birds inside a sack
Okay.
when they die. Maggots will get generated for meat,
Yes.
and you can use the maggot to feed smaller fishes.
Wow.
So, like I mentioned, I mean to you, I mean outside this interview, somebody has introduced to us crocodile,
Yes.
that we should start a crocodile
Yes,
farm, and we are
I think
thinking of
about
that because we realize we don't need to look for extra money to feed crocodile. As long as we are in poultry business, birds will die, and when the birds die, we can
Just
feed the
give it to
birds
them.
to the crocodile,
Wow.
and we can now sell. Maybe when the crocodiles go very big, and we kill the crocodile, skin it, sell the skin, and they use it and make bags for high flyers like you, and sell to you at 10,000 pounds.
At Harrods.
At Harrods. So you see how things are linked together, and farming and hospitality, I mean, they go side by side. You can produce tomato, you can produce vegetable, you can produce chicken, and sell it in your hotel. So it's the value chain is enormous. And if somebody wants to collaborate with us, I can say, look,
That's
don't
it.
worry. You go and start a maize farm.
Mm,
We'll buy all the maize you produce.
fantastic. So
Because-
that's the output and the input.
Yeah,
of it.
because if you produce 4 tons of maize,
Wow.
you will need not less than 50 acres of land to be able to produce that.
Definitely.
So, and we will consume it in one day. So imagine how many 50 acres of land we require all over the place to be able to
to have
supply
that.
us.
Yes.
So there is still a whole lot of room for collaboration,
For
but
collaboration. That's
with
very
other people and other.
fantastic. I'm really enjoying this, and I don't want it to finish. Where do you see Nibanola in 5 years?
By the grace of God, I see Nibanola being the foremost tourist center in Ondo State, because, in fact, maybe in the Southwest, because the things we have
I don't think so.
are not available elsewhere.
Even the dam.
Yeah, we, in the same location,
Mhm.
we have a mountain. In the same location, we have lakes.
Wow.
In the same location, we have a farm. In the same location, a golf course. In the same location, a hotel. If you want to see water, you see plenty of it in Lagos, but you never see a mountain anywhere in Lagos. If you want to see a lot of mountains, you see plenty of it in Abeokuta, but you never see water next to it. But Ondo City, you have a mountain and you have water and golf course next to one another, and in the same
And you
location.
discover them.
No, please. It can only be in Ondo here. Nowhere else.
I just want to ask, are you ever going to slow down?
I pray to God never to slow down. And I pray to God to give me good health to continue to do the things I like to do.
I like to do, yeah. And that's so interesting. Because I just look at it that as a doctor, as a lawyer, politician, a farmer, what's next? An Ondo chief?
Well, I must tell you, I am not averse to being a chief. And along the line, I probably would like to be a chief.
I love that.
Because in this society, chieftaincy is the basis of leadership in this community. They hold a meeting every 9 days.
9 days, yes.
And the basis of attending a meeting is you be a chief to be able to talk there. So one day I want to be a chief and attend a meeting with them.
Is there any of the ones you
So-
are eyeing? Are you eyeing? a
I'm not eyeing a particular one. When I decide to be a chief, I will approach the Oshemawe and the kingmakers to tell them of my interest. But for now, let me just still concentrate a little bit. I'll come to that.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, your company was a sponsor of the dissemination of Odoba, to the diaspora by OECS and Global Yoruba. What is your message to that rich but skeptical potential Nibanola out there, both in London and in New York?
I don't quite understand your question,
Okay.
but
We sponsored the
yes,
Odoba,
yes.
Ondo, Ondo, OECS and Yoruba, Global Yoruba. We sponsored the Odoba, right? Nibanola, everything. There will be another Nibanola somewhere, either in London or New York. What is your message to them? Because yes, this has happened here in Ondo. We want something else like this.
My message to all Ekimoguns all over the world is that home is home, and east or west, home is the best. They should come back here to invest here, to establish here, and they should still have it at the back of their mind that the best place to be is Ondo Kingdom. Whatever you do, whether you establish in America or you establish in London, please still find time to come back here and do something.
To do something. Thank you very much, sir. I'm quite sure we have taken your time.
Thank you.
But for all our viewers out there, we'll be so happy to listen to what you have said, and you are such an encourager to each one of them out there. Myself, being one of them from the UK, you have actually given me the assurance that having a business over here in Ondo is not actually a problem, right?
Not at all.
Not at all. So, and I'm quite sure this will change quite a lot of us. A lot of us mind. Thank you very much, Honorable Jibayo, for coming to OECS Global Yoruba today. Such a dynamic businessman.
Thank you for having me.
You are an inspiration to every one of us, and even to myself inclusive.
Thank you.
So we hope to see you on our Roundtable Royale very soon. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much.
To our viewers, we want to say thank you for being with us. Thank you for listening to our guests today. I am quite sure there's no doubt that you know that this is a dynamic man, a man of inspiration. And he is telling us that we should come home. Home is the base for us. And I'm quite sure you'll be able to take a lot out of this interview today. We'll be able to see you very soon. And if you are in Ondo, we'd like you to visit Nibanola Resort. It's going to be amazing. And I'm quite sure one day you will see me there. Oh, to all our viewers, we'd like to say thank you for coming up onto this show. This is our first interaction with Nibanola. We'll be coming again to show you the updates of the Nibanola farms. And I want to say thank you again for being with us, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you very much. This is from your host, Princess Fadejogun Ade-Ayoola, from Roundtable Royale of OECS and Global Yoruba. Thank you.